Ulysses S. Grant, a man of paradoxes, a failure in civilian life but one of history's greatest military leaders. His journey is a masterclass in leadership, resilience, and character. Here are 12 lessons from Grant's life that can guide us in becoming better leaders. Lesson 1. Find a profession where your passion meets your purpose. Context matters. The same man who commanded over 1,000,000 soldiers during the Civil War struggled to manage a small leather goods store in Galena, Illinois. Grant's unparalleled military success came from aligning his talents with his purpose. Are you working in the right context? For Grant, this alignment was the foundation of his success. Lesson number 2. Manage your weaknesses. Grant's towering strengths, temperament, intelligence, and courage were often at risk of being undermined by his weakness, alcohol. Back then, alcoholism was seen as a lack of willpower, but Grant surrounded himself with allies like his wife Julia and friend John Rawlins, who helped him avoid temptation. He teaches us to recognize our weaknesses and enlist support to overcome them. Lesson number 3. Be decisive. Grant understood that delaying decisions often leads to worse outcomes than making a wrong one. If I am wrong, he said, we shall soon find out and can do the other thing. But not to decide waste both time and money. True leaders act decisively, learning and adapting as needed. Lesson number 4. Stay cool under pressure. Grant's ability to remain calm under fire was legendary. When other generals faltered, Lincoln admired Grant's perfect coolness and consistency of purpose. During his first combat command, Grant admitted feeling fear, but he pressed on, realizing his enemies were as fearful of him as he was of them. This clarity under pressure allowed him to lead with confidence. Lesson number 5. Focus on what you can control. Grant's officers often obsessed over Confederate General Lee's next move. Grant reframed their mindset, saying, go back to your command and think about what we are going to do, instead of what Lee is going to do. By focusing on his own strategy, Grant eliminated defeatist thinking and inspired confidence in his men. Lesson number 6. Take responsibility. Grant stood apart from his peers by taking full accountability for setbacks. In a letter to Lincoln, he wrote, should my success be less than I desire, the fault is not with you. Unlike other generals who blamed Washington for their failures, Grant's humility and responsibility strengthened trust with his superiors. Lesson number 7. Lead with integrity. Grant's actions reflected his principles. Despite struggling to provide for his family, he freed a slave given to him rather than selling him for profit. During the war, he envisioned a future where freed slaves become citizens. Grant's integrity guided him to make decisions based on virtue and not convenience. Lesson number 8. Think strategically. Grant's genius lay in seeing the bigger picture. Before he became chief general, Union efforts were fragmented. Grant unified them under a single strategy, anticipating enemy moves and leveraging logistics to outmaneuver Confederate forces. His ability to plan beyond the immediate battle defined his success. Lesson number 9. Share the credit. Grant replaced me with we in his messages, emphasizing collective effort. When praised for victories, he credited his team, telling General Sherman, I feel indebted to you and McPherson for my success. Great leaders understand the power of shared accomplishments. Lesson number 10. Be magnanimous in victory. Grant's terms of surrender to Lee were generous, allowing Confederate soldiers to return home with dignity. He sought to heal the nation, understanding that humility in victory fosters reconciliation. Grant's foresight ensured a smoother path to reunification. Lesson number 11. Be authentic. Grant commanded respect not through pomp, but authenticity. At Appomattox, he arrived in a modest, muddy uniform, demonstrating that leadership is about character, not appearances. His humility made him relatable and admired. Lesson number 12. Listen and respect others. Grant's listening skills and respect for others earned him loyalty. He valued the contributions of all his soldiers, speaking to them as equals. His empathy and humor made him an approachable and inspiring leader. Ulysses S. Grant, a man of flaws but also immense virtues. His leadership principles stand the test of time. Which of these lessons will you apply in your own life? Thank you for watching. Leader of Man out.